You don't get to skip over your own self-work and then start fixing other fucking people. You don't get to do that. And so many people I talk to lately fucking try to do that. Let me tell you something that happens to me all the time. I ask someone the easy, simple question of, what are you struggling with the most? Right? That's a pretty straightforward fucking question. Like, if you asked it to me right now, I would say judgment. Straight up, just judgment. I like negative self-talk about other people comes up in my mind a lot. And I have to remember, hey, don't worry about them. Go back into worrying about you. So it's very easy for me to tell you, like, that's something I'm struggling with right now. I also struggle with trying to just go too hard, man. I want to go so hard and I want to get places so fast that sometimes I can't have the patience to wait for the result. And so even me, myself, like, I sometimes fall out of effort driven and I start thinking about the result and I want the result so fucking bad that I can't wait and just be excited with how good everything is now. And then I start overlooking the shit that I already have figured out. I start overlooking the shit I already have that's going amazingly. And I start just going like, oh, more. Like, this needs to be better. It needs to be tighter. I need, like, so I have trouble with that, right? Everyone I've been asking lately, like, hey, what are you struggling with the most? They'll name something that's happening with somebody else that's close to them. And I understand that. I get that, right? Because when people around you are struggling, it can definitely have an effect on you. But more than anything, the thing that confuses me is I asked about you. Like, I asked about self. I said, what are you struggling with the most? You can't say that the thing you're struggling with the most recently is something that's happening to somebody else. That's a bad way to be living your life. Because think about that. There's always going to be somebody that's struggling. There's always going to be someone around you that's struggling. What we're supposed to do is we're supposed to empower each other when that happens. If we commiserate with every fucking hardship that happens to anybody that we know that's in our fucking little circle, how would the world not just kick the shit out of you? That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Do you know what that person needs from you most? If you really want to help that person, do you know what that person needs most? They need you to be a fucking rock. They need you to be rock solid. They need you to fucking have integrity. They need you to have resilience. They need you to have perseverance and hope. You need to share strength with them in their moment of weakness. They don't need you to cling on to their weakness and now absorb it as your own fucking weakness. And then you consider that some sort of just sympathetic fucking amazing thing that you're doing, when realistically you're commiserating. And you think that that's good, and I understand why. Like, it seems like saying to somebody like, oh yeah, like that there's a part of that that's letting them feel understood and heard about how bad the thing is, right? But they need you to be their source of strength in that moment. So you clinging on to their fucking hardship and now absorbing it into yours and considering it as, oh yeah, woe is me. Now we're both fucked. That is not going to help the person. You're going to disempower them. You're going to give them the false sense of hopelessness instead of the shared experience of strength and hope. What you're supposed to say is, hey, let's remember to stay positive. I got you in all this. And I'm going to be here for you. But we got to focus on the things that we do have. They need you to be that rock. They need you to be that beacon of hope. So just understand, you don't get to skip over you and then start going, oh yeah, well, I'm all run thin because I've been dealing with this other person. Well, let me tell you why that's so backwards. And I'm sure all of you have heard this before. You put your oxygen mask on first, because if you run out of air, you can't help shit. See, all of you guys skip straight over self, and you go into running yourselves thin for a job that don't pay you enough money and then complain about it. then you fail your loved ones because you're run down and fucking stressed and fatigued and tired. And all the meanwhile, all you needed to do was just show up as the best you so that they could look at you and say, man, with this motherfucker in my corner, everything will be okay. And they don't feel that from you. They don't feel that. I can tell you straight up. If you don't have any personal excellence routines, you're not working on bettering yourself, you're not focused on resilience and toughness and all that stuff, all you're going to do is signal the wrong things to them. You're going to teach them bad behavior. You're going to show them that they should be more scared and more worried and that everything sucks. And then they got a fucking pity party instead of somebody that's going to be there to help support them in their time of need. That's the truth. And you all know that. All you motherfuckers that skip over yourselves, right? You guys all have savior behavior. I've seen it in all of you. Every person I talk to that says somebody else's hardships is riddled with savior behavior. Oh man, if I go out here and help these other people, I don't even have to worry about being a piece of shit. It don't even matter. Look how much good I do. Not realizing how much more you could contribute to all of those people and more people if you just fixed yourself. Just start working on yourself. Not only that, but when you're in a low fucking state and you let the world beat the shit out of you, not only are you not going to be the person that can save shit, you also are going to be a fucking liability. Does that make sense? Now you're a liability. Oh, well, I can't do that. And you'd be negative and you go spread negativity to the next person you talk to. Spread negativity to the fucking next person you interact with. Spread negativity to the people you think you're helping. Get worn down, stretched out, thin as fuck. And you're going to this place where people, all they need is a fucking example of what to do. They need an example of power and strength that you could give them, but you can't because you're emotionally weak your fucking self. And you're emotionally weak yourself because all you do is spread yourself too thin to help even one person. So you're out here giving fucking crumbs to 15 folks instead of just starting with you and then going out from there. I always call that the inside out approach. I'm going to talk about that in the next video for sure. So stay tuned for that one. But like, I don't want to get into it because it takes me so long to explain it. But just understand, you don't get to skip levels. And the reason you're doing that, I know that it feels like compassion. I get that because I used to do it. It was one of my worst qualities when I was drinking all the time. I still have some of it. That's why I film these. That's why I help coach people. I just want to help people, right? But what I've at least come to now is that the understanding is that if I can take accountability for my shortcomings, I teach other people that they can do the same. That if I can be vulnerable in a moment of weakness and be real about how I fucked up and how I need to get better, that I teach people to do the same. I know now that if I show up and I grind through the days where I don't want to do everything and I can flip that fucking negativity that's barking in my fucking shoulder and I can flip it into positivity, that maybe I can show people to do the same. Maybe that was a day where the only thing someone needed from me was to show them the fucking way. I just recently slipped up with this as a leader. I'll tell you all that straight up. I just slipped up with this. I was so worried about my own fucking position and getting my shit all figured out and straight that my resilience went down. My emotional stress levels went up. I fucking wasn't autocorrecting quick enough. And I let it go long enough that the people that worked directly under me started to have fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They're reading that energy on me, right? Then all of a sudden, they're like, oh fuck, are we good? Is the future sealed up? Shit, just a year ago, this motherfucker was talking like he's got, that he's got us and we're going to keep plowing together all as a unit. And all of a sudden they couldn't read that on me. I didn't do anything wrong to them. Make sense? I didn't come in and start being bad at a bunch of things. I just started having the wrong fucking attitude. negative fucking self-talk turning into negative external talk. Then before I know it, I'm spreading that negativity to them, right? And we don't think about it like that sometimes. We get all in our own fucking ego. Well, this is just me shit. This is just me shit. Yeah, you don't realize that what people really need from you, they don't need favors. They don't need a placation. They don't need you to fucking sit and commiserate with them and fucking be a pity party. They don't need that. What they need is positive energy exchange. They need you to elevate and lift the fucking room. That's what they need. Everyone. The people in your household, the people at your job, the people that you give a fuck about. That's what they need from you. So just don't make that mistake. Don't think that by skipping over your own fucked up self and going out here and trying to just do a bunch of these little petty ass fucking good deeds to people, that all of a sudden you're this amazing person. The amazing you needs you to be the amazing you. And you can't fucking do that when you're so goddamn consumed with this little fucking pat on the back that you give yourself for these fleeting fucking moments where you think that you're, showing somebody some sympathy when realistically you're just telling them that everything sucks. That's not what they need. They need you to be the rock. So fix that little fucking thing. Start with you. If you're the best you that you can be, you will be so much better at helping other people. So much better. Your energy levels go up, you got more energy for people. Your fucking emotional stress management goes up, you break character less around people. It's as simple as that. So don't skip over you and start trying to fix a bunch of people and realize that you're neglecting yourself. That's called a hypocritical mentor. You got to do the shit that you know would help them, because then you can be an example of what to do. You don't get to just lip service people and then feel like you've done something. It's not real.